Can I help you? Of course. Well met, friend. How can I help you? Honest pay for honest work. My boy Lars has been getting beat senseless, and by a girl, no less. This war's as stupid as our feud with Clan Greymane. My brother John's got the right of it. Join the Bard's College and avoid this pointless war. Be careful and stay safe.
Yes?
Need a ride? Until next time.
Aye. Of course. Ride strong.
I can take you to any of the hold capitals.
Need something?
My carriage is the safest way to travel.
Suppose so. Got one all saddled if you've got the coin. You've got a deal. It's the one with the saddle. Of course. If you change your mind, you know where to find me. You always keep us in mind when you need a fresh horse, yeah?
Yes? This rain will stop eventually. Always does. This'll clear up soon. I'm sure of it.
There's been word of some trouble nearby. I'm on my way to investigate. I probably shouldn't tell everyone who asks. This is important business, you know. No, I think I got this one. Thanks, though. There's been word of some trouble nearby. I'm on my way to investigate.
I can't believe I was this close to being killed.
Hello there, fellow traveler. One itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel at your service. Observing and capturing the epic struggle for Skyrim, when brothers clash with bitter blades, surely there is a song to be found. Ah, well, after a little incident with a roguish lad and the daughter of a prominent thane, well, let's just say, best not. Afraid not. But if you're serious about sharpening that tongue, you might try the Bard's College in Solitude. For a generous fellow traveler. But of course, what would you like to hear? Ysmir's blessing on you. This one's a favorite of mine. A legend we all know and love. Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the Dragonborn comes. With the voice-wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe, the Dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, the Dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed, and the legend yet grows. You'll know the Dragonborn's come. Smell that fresh air? Truly, this is a good place to play a song. Ysmir's blessing on you. Anytime, friend.
Is that one of the old ruins? What can I do for you?
Lead the way.
What's on your mind?
Of course.
That looks like it's the last of them.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
Please, sit. I've been expecting you. You are the one who speaks the dragon tongue, are you not? You've made quite a name for yourself across Skyrim. Some say you even roar like a dragon, breathe fire like a dragon. Yet, I can see the fire is not on your breath, but in your eyes. It's that fire that allows you to hunt those who hunt the day. And that is all any of us want. One more day. I apologize. I have you at a disadvantage. It seems I know everything about you, and you nothing of me. You should be used to it by now. Your footprints are like craters, altering the very landscape of Skyrim. It would seem so, would it not? This cottage is owned by a Dunmer named Drellis. I am, by all appearances, he. Of course, names are such tenuous things, and faces even more so. Who is to say I am Drellis? The plates, the chairs, the books, the tables. None of these are bound to a specific person. The bed is owned by the one who sleeps in it. The enchanting table is subject to the whim of the crafter. The items in this cottage are helpless to choose their master. They are slave to whoever has the power to use them. Among strangers, names are no different. They are a piece of clothing. They can be worn, borrowed, and in some cases, seized. In my life, I have borrowed many names, and taken countless others. The Ashlanders knew me as Neloth Shalal. The Argonians called me Nels of Loss, and that became Nelos. Some thought I was a Dremora, and perhaps the name Drellis is a conflation of both. No, although I must admit I found them flattering. Such ominous names are typically reserved for those of myth and legend. Yet I have no concern for the rumors and superstitions of peasants. I am a mage. That alone makes me misunderstood. When the Radiant Dark strives toward new frontiers, pushes the limits of what is possible, there are those who will not understand. Their ignorance turns to anger, and anger to violence. The chairs start to wobble, so they must be replaced. This is where their worst fears become prophecy. For who better to test one's power upon than those who interfere with its acquisition? There are many places where I have studied, but not as a student. The Arcane University in Cyrodiil, for one, and before that, Tel Brenora in Vivec City, before the Red Mountain claimed it. Which dates me, I'm afraid. There is quite a large generation gap between the Dunmer who know Morrowind for its beauty and not its ash. Few of us remain who remember exotic palaces of color and twisted vegetation. Recall a land warmed by the sun, and not burned by the fire. Yet I digress. The point that I am trying to make is that while my education was formal, I dictated the pace and manner with which I was taught, while the students labored in the wizard's tower, listening to lectures on the dangers of destruction magic. I was testing its limits. The Mage Lord was desperate to harness my potential, as well as that of a visiting student from Cyrodiil. His name was Brennil, and he was my only peer, and a good friend. It would have been, if Brennil could be convinced such a thing existed. He chose to study with the other novices. He said it was because he didn't want special treatment. Sometimes I wonder if he was worried about our friendship, given how competitive I was. Either way, it was a tremendous waste of potential. But an important lesson. Power could change one's fate, but only if you are willing to exert it. After the eruption, I wandered around Tamriel for decades and studied briefly with the Master Sorcerers in the Somerset Isle. There I researched much about the nature of magic, the energies of light and dark, and sought to continue my studies in Cyrodiil. I accepted a position as a professor in name only. I had no intention of instructing novices who were but intellectual minnows in a crowded pond. That was how I met the ire of a master wizard. Young, belligerent, staunchly idealistic, and incredibly powerful. Her belief was that our #1 priority as a faculty was to educate the students. I told her she reminded me of an old friend from Tal Brenora, a fool by the name of Brennil. She told me that fool was her father. I did. It was just east of Vivek City, on the southern coast of Vardenfell. Well, I would say they were known for their ambition and their magic, as well as their slaves. But not always, it seems, in that order. It was also a house full of iconoclasts, of both the beautiful and the damned, the elegant and profane. For me, it was a perfect fit. I still remember the day I stood at the bridge to Tel Brenora. The rust-colored banners, the coastal breeze, the tower roots coiled around spears of rock, the gate set like a wooden eye on a monstrous squid. All of it like a painting drawn on the surface of my skull. It was to be my tower, my coastal retreat at the edge of the world. Most of the mage lords on the council would have turned away one such as I, for fear of my ambition. The Lord of Tel Brenora, however, has always been an unconventional wizard. It mattered not if you were a usurper, a Khajiit or an Argonian, or a member of the very Mages Guild that Telvanni despised. In fact, whatever criteria the Mage Lord did use seemed to make little sense at all. Not quite. It's true that as slavers, the name House Telvanni brought no shortage of vitriol from my scaly brethren. I earned my name, however, in my time in Black Marsh, long after the Argonians invaded Morrowind and laid waste to my former house. I was looking to craft a better magica potion, and there are many unique species in the swamps that have yet to be studied by alchemists. Whenever someone asks me about my opinion on the Thalmor, I tell them of a parasitic wasp species I found north of Blackrose. the wasp would sting a caterpillar to paralyze it, and then proceed to inject its young into its body. The larvae would gain sustenance by eating their way out of the caterpillar. However, the most remarkable part came when they exited its flesh. The mother wasp's venom was such that the caterpillar would defend the larvae from predators, as if they were its children. The caterpillar, you see, is like the Empire, fighting to protect the very Thalmor that eat it from the inside. May your travels be swift. Welcome. Powerful relics, spells, and sorcery from time before and time to come. In fact, my acolytes are on the verge of a significant breakthrough that may speed our objectives along. Such magic does not belong inside the dusty catacombs of a library, no more than a vintage wine belongs locked in a cellar. Spells are meant to be cast, and wine is meant to be tasted. To understand the objective of our guild, you must first understand the principles of light and dark magic itself. The old mages believed that magic was a fundamental force in our world, one whose energies could reflect brightly or darkly. Yet a spell by itself has no alignment. Flames warm as easily as they burn. Intent is the determining factor. Now, consider the crafting of a new spell. Do the same rules apply? Should we condemn those who research magic based on their intent? Should breakthrough restoration research be suspended if the mage intends to use it for torture? Darkness may rule the day, but tomorrow, such a spell could help thousands of sick and wounded. Good or evil, light or dark, intent only concerns itself with the immediate, when such consequences are as fleeting as tears in the rain. The Radiant Dark does not care about intent. It is a guild founded on the principle of advancement, progress, power. Decrease such a proposition would be. You can no more stop a mage from conducting research than a dragon from using its voice. There are prophecies written in the writings of Shalador, in the sundered libraries of the House Telvanni, on the lips of fishwives and old maids. They tell of a great reckoning, the return of ancient magics, born to darkness and sworn to darkness. Powerful spells that can fell the day itself. Some believe that it is my ultimate wish to watch daylight die. Yet I have no interest in a world without light. My crops, for one, would not survive the week. The will of the Radiant Dark is clear and simple. To progress the field of magic. Only through power can we ascend to our rightful place as stewards of this world. And when it arrives, when we spread our tendrils across Tamriel, it will not be a reckoning. It will be an awakening, a pivot in time. I imagine you will be there to witness it. The only question is, on which side? Then you will be forced to play both sides, as each will raise the banner of justice for their cause. I am inclined to believe, however, that we will be on opposite sides. Those who espouse simple ideology cannot see the merits of our justice. Wealth beyond measure.